Hi, good morning. This is Deepak. So, how are you? Today is yet another day. Last night I was at USC doing the baccalaureate, and it was very enjoyable for me to speak to young graduates at the culmination of phase of their life and the beginning of a new phase of their life. So, therefore, I'm still in Los Angeles, and today we are going to be launching Beverly Hills City of Wellbeing, and I'm quite excited about that as well. Okay, so today's question is from Jennifer L., and she says, if everything is a modification of consciousness or the true self, then how can that self be known? Isn't the goal of humanity self-awareness? And to what extent can we become self-aware? Good question. Yes, the goal of life is even more than self-awareness. It is self-realization. It is to realize who you are. It is to realize who you are without name or form. Because name and form, which includes the mind, body, are limitations that your true self or infinite self has assumed. And it has done that by identifying itself with a limited number of experiences. So your fundamental ground state is infinite possibilities, infinite creativity, non-local correlation, unpredictability, and the power of intention. And it always evolves in the direction of truth, goodness, beauty, harmony, love, compassion, joy, equanimity in its expression. But that spontaneity of expression is interfered with by identifying with limited number of experiences. So when you identify with a limited number of experiences, then you, in a sense, bind yourself with the chains of karma. Karma is just experiences that you've had, the choices you've made, consciously and unconsciously, identified with them, and as a result, you have the spark of desire, which creates karma again. So karma, memory, and desire are the limitations that the infinite self assumes. And by assuming this, you, in a sense, lose freedom, because you become a bundle of conditioned reflexes and nerves constantly being triggered by people and circumstance into predictable outcomes, more or less a biological robot. So, in order to go beyond that, you need what we call self-realization. In a sense, it's a journey without distance. You start from there and you end there. You know, T.S. Eliot's poem, we shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring is to arrive where we started from and know the place for the first time. So self-realization is conscious knowing and abiding in the self, which is beyond all limitations, the infinite self, the self of the individual, which without its conditioning is the self of the universe. Okay, so how do we get there? We get there by being. Being is the highest intelligence. To be a non-judgmental, mindful observer of yourself is to find liberation. This is the highest intelligence. So, of course, these days we also talk specifically about the various techniques of mindfulness. if you understand Buddha's wheel of awareness, then think of the hub of the wheel as awareness and the rim of the wheel as all the things you can be aware of. So the rim of the wheel, first quadrant is the five senses: sound, touch, sight, taste, smell. The second quadrant sorry, I still haven't basically conquered the allergy that comes with all this traveling. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so first quadrant is of the wheel of awareness is the five senses. The second quadrant is the body, musculoskeletal system, and the inside of the body, the organs of the body. The third quadrant is mental space, thoughts and emotions. And the fourth quadrant is relationship with friends, family, with professional colleagues, with community, with society, with the ecosystem, and ultimately with the universe. So that's all the things we can be aware of. Five senses: body and viscera, mental space, relationship, and universe. And then we can be aware of being aware. And this actually creates ultimate self-realization, to know yourself and to find freedom, or what is called moksha, to not be imprisoned by the chains of conditioning or what is called karma. So here's a suggestion, and that is just ask yourself time and again during the day, only one question: am I aware? What am I aware of? Who or what is aware? Don't need to know the answers. Just ask the question and it'll bring you to the present moment. So a term I'd like you to understand is metacognition. It means observing yourself, having a sensory experience, or observing yourself making a conscious choice. That's all you need to do. And you will see that as you observe your own behavior without judgment, as you observe what is happening to you in the moment, and you observe the choices you're making in the moment, then that in itself will lead to the experience slowly that we call flow. No anticipation, no regrets, no resistance, just this moment as it is. And just this moment as it is also the window to the timeless now. The freedom that occurs in the timeless now, where the whole universe is evolving always in the present moment. That's all you need to know. Okay, so try it out and let me know how it feels, and we engage in this conversation together so we can expand this understanding of the self. Your self is not your skin-encapsulated ego dragging around a bag of flesh and bones. Your self is the ground of being, which is the ground of all being, which is also the ground of the universe. And when you realize that, then in fact you also realize that as a particular body-mind, you have an infinity of roles to play, but you are not the roles you play. You're the alert witness of the roles you play. And the roles are played by that which we call the body-mind, which is a modification, self-modification of the self, the infinite becoming the finite. So Jennifer L. says everything is a modification of consciousness or the true self. Yes, the entire universe, your mind and your body, is a modified form of the true self. which is awareness. So modifications of awareness become thoughts, they become feelings, they become sense perceptions, and then we call them, we give them names. We say mind, body, universe. Okay? So that's it from me today. Laura, Vera, hello Deepak. I love watching you on Facebook. Thanks, Laura. Stay in touch. Nancy Lynn says the words are beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy, for being here, joining me. And Trucy Allen Young says, so it's like deviating from the norm. Well, what we call the norm is the hypnosis of social conditioning. It's the psychopathology of the average. Paula Mon says, Sat Nam. Sat means truth, Nam means name. Sat Nam, Waheguru, which is the name for God, the truth. What is the truth? In its deepest essence, it is love. Love not as a sentiment, love as the ultimate truth at the heart of all creation. And that love is also presence, dhyana, presence. The presence in which all experience is coming and going. All experience is in time, but you are not in time because you are the universe. Okay? Thank you so much, and I love you all. Fijian Flower and many others are sharing this video. I totally appreciate it. Totally appreciate all the beautiful hearts that you're sending me and all the love that is coming my way. I feel the energy and I hope you feel it too. Take care. God bless.